What's up, Saiyans? So, today we have an upper body workout going down. Just got everything ready. Gonna be making my pre-workout now. Finally, the mucus from my coat is going away. But today is definitely a high stim pre-workout day. Like, but I think I want to change it up. I want to mix it with the lychee non-stim. I usually mix it with the yuzu non-stim, but today we're gonna just change it up a little bit. So honestly, I really wanted today to be my rest day, but tomorrow we just have a lot of errands and stuff to run before the trip. So yeah, I just gotta work out today. Yeah, I'd rather just rest tomorrow instead of trying to squeeze in the workout tomorrow. And to be honest, my body is shot today. Like, my mind feels strong AF, like always, but my body is just aching. Reason being is those lunges, man. Those lunges got me yesterday. Like 30 lunges. Even though I wasn't going like super heavy, like 60-pound dumbbells, I mean, still decently heavy. At least for me and what I've done, reverse lunges. Definitely can go a lot heavier. Definitely want to keep that at the top of the rep range. Like, yeah, once you hit like 30 reps, that's when your cardio really kicks in, and it's more of a cardiovascular workout. But anyways, today we have some type of upper body. I believe we have incline. We're supposed to be doing reverse incline today, which I don't know if I want to do. Or I might change to just like a paused incline. I kind of want to go first and see how it feels, just because it's kind of a hassle setting up the reverse band, and also just it's hard to undo it just because the band tension's so tight. It's not like a Smith machine where you can keep the band tension loose. If the band tension is too loose on the free weighted bar, the band just kind of bounces all over the place as you bring it down. So you need the band tight the whole way through. And that makes it harder when you take off the weights and stuff because the bar starts lifting up. And yeah, the last thing I want is the bar to, go flying through a window or launching off one side. So, but honestly, it felt really good. So, I don't know. I'm gonna think about it a little bit more, see if it's worth the hassle for the setup, because it did feel really good. I mean, I only did 225, which is supposedly really light, at least compared to what I usually do. But I haven't done incline barbell in ages, so that's why I kind of am thinking about doing maybe just like a paused incline, taking it a little bit slower. But a part of me also wants to see how heavy I can go on the reverse band. Like, it would be pretty cool to be able to do like, I don't know, or get up to anywhere between like 275 and 3 plates by the end of the meso, even though the trip's going to hinder a lot of that. I definitely don't think, even if I went strong on the meso, I think at 275 is more realistic. Yeah, just because I haven't done it in a while. And yeah, I was honestly shocked when 225 felt as heavy as it is. It's just, yeah, when you don't do an exercise for a while, by default, you just get weaker at it. And that's just how it goes. So it's okay. And that's the fun thing about cycling your exercises so often, is that Yes, you do get weaker at certain exercises that you cycle out. Let's say you go like one or two mesos without a certain exercise, but when you come back at it, you can kind of just redo that grind. You know, obviously you're not going to be as strong as what you did before, but you can kind of set the bar and just redo it. And maybe by the end of the meso, you'll be stronger than you were before the previous meso. But yeah, we'll see. Incline barbell notoriously has given me shoulder impingement as well. So it's something I also got to watch out for. That's the last thing I want. However, I don't think like one meso, even if it was irritating my shoulder, is really gonna make it bad. How I got my shoulder impingement like prior, like especially in the New York days, was when I was incline benching like heavy twice a week, and that was for months on end, like just grinding it out. Like I think when I hit the 315 incline bench, that was like at least, I don't know, at least 3 4 months of just straight grinding the incline barbell bench, if not longer. I don't know. For as long as I can remember, I've always pretty much done a lot of my benching, especially in New York, incline barbell, which definitely, looking back now, was like an ego thing. Just because you're much stronger on barbell than you are dumbbell. Dumbbells just always felt better, but hey, it was a good change. Got to hit 315, like chalk that off the bucket list. Do I really care about hitting that again? Not really. It'd be cool to get another 225 spirit bomb again, the overhead press, but I don't know. Right now, I like how training's going. Cuts going back and forth, but it's all good. Like once we get back from our trip, then I'll kind of gauge and see where I'm at. I probably am going to get leaner during the trip because I'm estimating at least 15,000 plus steps a day. And it's going to be cold too, so even more so, we'll be able to walk around even more because, you know, it's colder weather. So I don't know, but I don't think it won't be so cold where we won't be able to go outside. But anyways, I'm rambling. Let's get this workout. Okay, so literally probably like an hour has passed since the last clip. I actually tried to set up the reverse band on this, but I just couldn't get it right. So we're just gonna be doing paused incline bench. Haven't done this. I've never programmed paused benching actually, ever. So it's very different, obviously. It's not the same exercise, but we're just gonna do it. Yeah, just because, yeah, the band is just so much easier to set up on the Smith, and it definitely would help if I had like a training partner consistently here that would make the setup obviously twice as fast, but it's all good. So anyways, we're warmed up. We have, what is that, 195 on the bar, so nothing crazy. Just gonna rep it out. Get some nice pauses, keep the form tight, thinking anywhere in the range of 6 to 8 plus. Honestly, shooting for 8 would be great. I don't know where my chalk went, so whatever, we'll just get into it. Also, I'm brought out my grip on the barbell. I've always played with the spacing on my grip, which I'll talk about right after this set, but this one feels really good. Okay. Maybe could have got an eighth one, but honestly, it was a 50-50 whether or not I would have been able to grind it out. And that's the thing with pause reps is because it's so damn strict, there's actually absolutely no room to grind it out, even if you want to, which is also why it's up the safety racks. This is something I've been doing every single workout. It's a bad habit. Like when you lift for this long, there's some bad habits that you develop. One of them that I developed is not setting up the safety racks. And reason being is because I honestly can't remember the last time I failed and needed someone to pull the bar off my chest, you know? I've always lifted within my means. Also, when you lift this long, you kind of know how many reps you have left in your tank. You have a good idea. Like if I had a spotter, I probably would have went for the 8th rep. But I just didn't really feel like failing and then having to dump it and whatever. Well, yeah, whatever. It is what it is. I definitely can do better than that. Also, I want to talk about grip width. So with benching, when I used to do flat, I used to grip really wide, like at the rings, like pinky at the rings, like wide. Then I kind of moved to a more narrow grip. And now I'm kind of like in the middle. So it's about like 2.5 inches from the start of the knurling. I noticed that, like at the bottom when I pause feels the best. If you look in the mirror, like everything just looks in line, like it doesn't look too tucked. It has a good evenness between retraction and being open as well. So that's something I'm shooting for. So that's another thing you guys can do to figure out how far and how wide you want to go on the bench is just kind of bring your arms down and kind of look in the mirror and kind of just play around with what looks in line. You just want to make sure that your wrists stack under your elbows at all times. Obviously, the more narrow you grip, the more you have to bring your elbows down and under. And yes, you're going to be using a little bit more triceps. However, it can put less stress on your shoulders. So kind of play around with it. For me, I noticed I'm not a super narrow bencher. Like a little bit wider is always stronger for me. You got guys like Tehran who bench super narrow and they bench 500 like with a lot of triceps and a lot of their elbows are literally down at 45 at all times, you know? Whereas for me, I noticed like I'm strongest where I'm a little bit more wide. So that's where I'm at. Kind of play around with your grip, find out what feels best and what feels strongest on your body and just use that. Also, this is also a higher incline. So I'm doing a 45-degree incline. Typically, I would drop it one more down, but I want to bring the incline higher and retract into it because when you retract, you're basically making it a slightly less incline the more you retract into it. So yeah, feels good though. Okay, so next exercise is supposed to be the dip machine, but because I don't have the bells of steel dip attachment that you can attach to the rack, and honestly, I don't know, dips is an exercise I haven't done in many years. That's why I always use the dip machine. When I used to do dips, it used to irritate my tricep tendonitis. And when I used to do weighted dips, it used to give me like some weird like chest tightness after I finished a set where I'd have to like breathe shallow. But this was like a long time ago, like way before New York when I used to try to do weighted dips. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe in the future I'll bring it back. You know, maybe my form was bad, maybe just things change. But anyway, since we don't have a dip machine, we're just going to be doing V-bar tricep pushdowns. This is my favorite type of tricep pushdown, at least that you're doing bilaterally.
Honey, you ate all your grapes. Is the grapes yummy? Did you like the grapes? Mommy's gonna get you a little bit more grapes, okay? It's the grape cutting. Grape grapes are so yummy and healthy for you. Daddy wants breakfast talk.
Oh,
Yummy breakfast talk.
okay. 11 reps. Whew. That felt good though. Yeah, those of you guys with elbow issues, or tricep tendonitis like me, V-bar is where I kept a lot of my tricep gains during those times when my elbows hurt. Okay, next exercise we got is high to low cable flies. This honestly, probably one of my favorite variation of flies. Yeah, it's not a variation I've done over the years. I used to do it. I feel like I say this about every exercise. But yeah, this exercise I used to do here and there in New York and even before then. However, I kind of stopped. But now that I'm doing it again, it feels damn good. So what I'm doing is I'm just taking a wide base, keeping everything nice and tight. Try to bend over just enough where you're not kind of coming up and down. You just want to try to stay as stable as possible. And I'm driving the top of the handles down together. And I'm really just focusing on engaging my upper chest with this, just like all my chest exercises. So also with the stretch, I'm just keeping the stretch, getting a nice stretch at the top and driving it down and in front. Okay. 11 reps. Last time I did it for 9, so that's a PR. Another tip that I just thought of while I was doing it is as you bring it down, I'm focusing on sticking my chest out and retracting as much as possible. So as I'm bringing it down, I'm driving my chest out, and I'm also tucking my chin back. So I'm trying to engage my chest as much as possible. So if I'm coming down here, I'm doing this at the bottom, just sticking my chest out as much as possible, retracting, and even driving my neck slightly backwards. You get a way better chest contraction and engagement in your chest. Next exercise, we got lateral raises. Trying to be quiet because Akame is doing independent playtime, and it works a lot better when she doesn't hear us. But last time got 11, so I think you can definitely hit more than that. 12 reps. Definitely, I think I can go heavier. A lot of raises are one of those things where you kind of got to go to like between reps 12 to 15 to actually increase, just because it's one of those just isolated weaker lifts. But, or you could even micro load on these. Just add like a 5-pound plate and then pin it there. That's definitely a big tip for you guys that might struggle to increase the weight. And the Kami's still playing good, so yes. Okay. So last exercise we're doing is face pose. Trying to be quiet because the Kami's like right over there playing on the other side of the wall. But for this exercise, we're like using this attachment. I like to put my wrist in here and just pull. It's kind of like the cuffs where you're taking out the forearm and wrist engagement. So from there, I'm just focusing on driving my elbows back and squeezing the crap out of my rear delts. Personally, this is my favorite way to do this. So let's just hit it. Okay, 12 reps. That burned like hell. Yeah, the only way to make this exercise better would be if I were to like set up the bench to like just rest, so it could be a little bit more supportive. The only downside to this exercise is you're kind of like, sometimes you feel the weight pulling you forward, which is why you try to stay as stable as possible. But rear delts, definitely mandatory to hit, which is why I don't think I included too much rear delts in the last meso. Added some more in this meso, and also a little bit more shoulder work as well. But yeah, that's the end of the workout. Hope you guys enjoyed. Oh, sorry for all the ranting. My head's just kind of like all over the place today. But yeah, weather looks good. Take a Kami on a nice walk, get some steps in, and we'll just keep killing the workout. Also, today I didn't even feel like working out, and today's workout went out pretty damn good. Like, didn't really have any standards for what I want to hit on incline bench. Obviously, if I could have did 225 pause, that would have been great. However, like, haven't done it in so long that I'm not really stressing about it. The main thing is I'm doing things safely, and I can just slowly progress. And I think that's a big key to lifting long term, is just not stressing about the past, not stressing about the numbers you used to hit. Like when I was younger, I used to hear a lot of the older lifters talk about, oh, I used to do this, I used to do that, I used to bench that. When I was your age, I used to do this. And it's like, who cares? Like, really, who cares? Like, I'm proud. If you ask me, like, what's my most happy lift or proud lift I am, it's obviously my, 225 spirit bomb. But that was like 5+ years ago, And at the end of the day, I'm still lifting. I still feel good. Like, yeah. And I'm going to go on another tangent real quick. But this is something I've been thinking about. And I guess you guys can comment down below for those of you guys who made it this deep into this video and listen to my rambling. But why do you, what do you love about lifting? Is it like the health aspect? Is it the physical, like how you look? What is the reason that keeps you coming back to the gym and working out? And for me, what I noticed is the gym is literally my hyperbolic time chamber. It's the place, and I used to post this and talk about this a lot when I first got into social media because this is really what it was. And this is really what kept me lifting for almost 20 years now. And that is just treating the gym like my hyperbolic time chamber, meaning like I leave my problems at the door. I leave all my worries, all my stresses at the door. When I step into the hyperbolic time chamber, like obviously it's different now with a kid and everything. Like nothing really melts away, but that's how it is, you know. When I'm in my sets, when I'm in between, it's just me and my zen. You know, I'm not one of those people that can lift angry. I'm not piss me off. I'm gonna go in the gym, slam some weights, and I'll feel good after. That's not the person I am. If I'm in a bad mood, then I'm not going to the gym because I can't focus. The gym is where I'm calm, collected, zen, and focused in on every single lift. I'm focused in on everything I do. And it's a way of meditation for me, I noticed. And that's what I love about it, you know. Also the endorphins afterwards, like the endorphins right now just makes me feel like so fucking good. Like I just feel it running and pumping through my veins. And like, you know, like the just the happiness, and it just feels good, you know, especially the endorphins after a good leg day. Like, oh, yesterday just felt so good just going on our walk. Took Akami to the park, pushed her along the swing. She's learning to play at the park slowly. There's like old ladies at the park waving at her that was playing pickleball because they couldn't stop looking at her because she just kept laughing the whole time, just super loud. But anyways, yeah, now I'm going on tangents. But comment down below, what do you love about the gym? What keeps you coming back? And if it's just physical stuff, you know, everyone's goals, everyone's thing is going to be different. Don't worry about it. That's just mine. Main thing is you're consistent and ascending and not being a Yamcha and being a Saiyan. See you guys in the next one.